Have you ever thought about what you'd want if you got reborn as an animal? Most people say lion, eagle, maybe a wolf, if they're feeling edgy. Nobody, and I mean nobody, raises their hand for the giant lizard that looks like a dinosaur's evil cousin. But today, I'm going to change your mind. Because if you got reborn as a Komodo dragon, you didn't get stuck with a bad character. You got handed one of the most overpowered builds in the entire animal kingdom. Stick around. Because being born a Komodo dragon is actually amazing. Let's treat this like a character select screen. Komodo Dragon stats, size max level, weapon, poison, armor, built-in, patience, infinite. Let's go through the build, one cheat code at a time. Cheat code. Number 1. You are the biggest lizard on planet Earth. No contest. A full-grown Komodo dragon can stretch out to 10 feet long. That's longer than a pool table. And depending on how well you've been eating, you can weigh anywhere from 150 pounds, all the way past 300 pounds. You are not hiding from anyone, and you don't need to, because on your home islands, there is nothing bigger than you. Nothing. You are the final boss. There is no level above you. Cheat code number 2. Your bite is basically a glitch in the game. For decades, scientists thought Komodo dragons killed with dirty, bacteria-filled mouths. Turns out that was wrong. You actually have venom glands. Real venom, hidden in your lower jaw. When you bite something, that venom stops its blood from clotting. Its blood pressure crashes. It goes into shock. And here's the wild part. Your actual bite force isn't even that strong. Compared to a crocodile, it's pretty weak. But you don't need a crushing bite. You bring the serrated knife. The venom does the rest. It's not brute force. It's a build based on patience and chemistry. Wait. It gets better. Cheat code number 3. Your sense of smell is basically a tracking quest marker. And here's the twist. You smell with your tongue. It's forked. Just like the dragons in the movies. You flick it out. It grabs scent particles from the air, and an organ in the roof of your mouth reads them like a radar screen. With this system, you can smell a dead or dying animal from up to 2.5 miles away. You don't even have to hunt that hard. Half the time, you're just out for a walk, and the wind hands you a free meal. Cheat code. Number 4. Your stomach has cheat codes of its own. When you eat, you don't nibble. You commit. You can eat up to 80% of your own body weight in one single meal. Bones, hooves, skin, almost all of it goes down. You waste almost nothing, and because you eat so much in one sitting, you don't need to hunt again for weeks. Imagine eating one massive meal, and then not worrying about food again until next month. That's the dream. And you're living it. Cheat code 5. The armor. Cheat code number 5. You come with built-in armor. Under your skin, you're growing tiny bony plates called osteoderms. They build up over your whole life, like rings on a tree. By the time you're fully grown, you're wearing a suit of natural chainmail. You didn't buy this armor. You grew it. Cheat code 6. The respawn glitch. Cheat code number 6. And this one sounds made up, but it's real. If a female Komodo dragon ends up totally isolated, with 0 males around, she can still lay eggs that hatch. No mate required. It's called parthenogenesis, and it's basically nature's respawn glitch. You're a species with a backup plan, even when the odds hit 0. Transition. Hard mode. Okay, so far, this sounds like easy mode. But every great build has a hard difficulty setting somewhere, and for Komodo dragons, that difficulty setting kicks in on day 1, adversary segment. Here's the part nobody puts in the trailer. When you hatch, you're about 18 inches long, small, soft, slow, and the biggest threat to you isn't some other animal. It's other Komodo dragons. Adults will eat their own young without blinking. So baby dragons spend their early years up in the trees, hiding because the ground belongs to the giants. You're playing hide and seek with creatures that can swallow you whole. On top of that, your entire species lives on just a handful of small islands in Indonesia. That's it. That's the whole map, and the map is shrinking. Rising seas and habitat loss are putting real pressure on your home turf. So no, it's not free easy mode. It's a brutal tutorial level, with permadeath always one mistake away. The turn. But here's why it's still amazing. If you survive that tutorial, if you make it out of the trees and onto the ground as a full-grown adult, you become the thing every other animal on the island is afraid of. No predator hunts you. Nothing chases you. You're not running from anything. Ever again. You spend years patrolling the same patch of land like it's yours. Because it is. You get to live for decades as the single most dominant creature on your entire island. That's the actual cheat code. Not the venom. Not the size. The fact that you start at the very bottom of the food chain, and you end up owning the whole map. So next time someone says they'd want to come back as a lion or an eagle, tell them they're thinking too small. Being born a Komodo dragon means you get the biggest body, a venomous bite, a built-in tracking system, natural armor, and a backup respawn plan, all wrapped up in one ancient, island-ruling lizard, rough start, unbeatable ending. That's why being born a Komodo dragon is actually amazing. If you want to find out which animals build, we're breaking down next. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. And drop a comment telling me which animal you think has the best cheat codes in the entire animal kingdom. I read every single one. See you in the next video.